What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already added us, we're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel, where we post one cooking video a week. We try our best to post at least one. Lately, it's been only one a week. We haven't been able to post that much content. We've been busy. And then we have something called an episode of Sunday-Gunday every Sunday, where we post gun reviews, safety equipment reviews, other safety tips, maneuvering in your life in uncertain times. You know, just simple stuff like going to the ATM at night, how to, watch your back, how to protect yourself, how to be responsible with your firearms and any other equipment that you own. Today we're gonna be doing a review on the, we're gonna clear this weapon for YouTube. The magazine is full, 16 rounds. The weapon is empty. For the YouTube safety police, safety clerks, safety officers, this firearm is clear. Went ahead and checked the chamber. We're gonna dry fire it. All right, we're operating in a safe and controlled environment. This weapon is the Springfield XD-9, chambered in 9mm. We have a weapon mounted light right here. We're gonna get into the specifics of this weapon in a bit, but as usual, we're gonna set this weapon aside. It's been cleared for YouTube. We're gonna get into the disclosure like we do in the beginning of the video, every video. That way people know we're not experts and we're not giving legal advice. This channel is for educational purposes only. We preach lawful self-defense. We're by no means gun fanatics. We are not giving any legal advice. We're simply voicing our opinions, and we're just trying to give you some advice, not legal advice, of course, on how to be responsible with your weapons and what you should and should not do while maintaining those firearms. We're not claiming to be firearms experts, and we just want you to get an idea of the seriousness of carrying a firearm responsibly, righteously, like our other channels that we collaborate with are 2A content, Second Amendment advocates on YouTube, Gun Freak Nation, Trey 57 Productions, and Alert Zone TV, to name a few, which preach lawful self-defense like we do. We don't want anyone to get in trouble. We want everybody to be responsible with their weapons. Another thing for the trolls out there, any trolls, not going to be tolerated on this channel. Like the other channels, you're simply just going to get blocked. We don't have any time for that. We're coming from 15 years, almost 16 years of law enforcement experience. Myself, as I've told you guys on the channel before, I've been an armed security guard in the state of Florida since 2010. I started with a company named Whack and Hut. Later on, bought up by a company named G4S, over 500,000 employees worldwide, and then that company's dissolved. Now it's been bought up by, I believe, Allied Universal. I started as an armed security guard, working different posts in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area. Started out with a .357 Magnum revolver with 38 ammo. That's how long I've been doing this, almost 20 years. And I've become a police officer. I've been employed as a police officer now in the state of Florida since January of 2014. So that's just some of the experience that we're bringing to you guys, so you can be aware of what we're talking about and where we're coming from. All right, now getting back to the firearm right here. This is Springfield 9mm. Very nice weapon. This is a full-size weapon. You can see right here we have a weapon mounted light that we put on, just a basic weapon mounted light. All right, this weapon is 9mm. It's a full-size gun. It accepts 9 only. 16 rounds of 9mm in the mag. You could top off around here on the top if you want to. Like I told you in past videos, I don't top off because just having a double stack magazine like what we have here, it's a lot of ammo. It's 16 rounds of 9mm. You have a very nice mag right here. It's a stainless steel case. All right, so it's a different type of finish compared to the weapon. So you have this weapon is this way is 7 and some change, so 7 inches. I believe it's 7.2. I might be wrong. 7.2 this way inches, and it's 5.5 from the top to the bottom long. So it's not a pocket gun. It's not a mid-size. I would call this a full-size weapon. Very nice weapon. Weighs about 28 ounces, so weighs similar to the Glock 30 that we reviewed no, it wasn't the Glock 30. It was the brother to the Glock 30 that we reviewed about a week ago. It's a 10 millimeter. This is about the same size. Of course, if you mount this light that we mounted on here, it's probably gonna bring it up to a little bit more, maybe 28 and a half or something like that. This is a striker fired weapon, like I've shown you guys before in the past. Striker fired. You have a mechanism in here. There's no hammer. This is one of the newer versions of pistols, like Glock, Taurus, obviously Springfield, Ruger. These weapons are striker fired. There's no hammer. It's just an internal striker. All right. It's a very nice weapon. I like this weapon. My department doesn't authorize this weapon. Many departments in the United States authorize this weapon. I've seen it a lot on the news, on body cam footage that I review. It's part of my my other hat I wear when I'm working as a police officer. I'm with the union, and we have to review body cam footage sometimes of incidents that happen. I've seen the XD-9 in a lot of these videos throughout the country. So this is a weapon that's carried by a lot of people employed in law enforcement and security. XD-9, very nice weapon. I like it. We already went over the caliber. Striker fired, not hammer fired, like a Beretta. The capacity is 16+1. Weight 28 ounces. All right, and my opinion on this weapon, I like it. I mean, I would carry this if I wasn't issued a Glock and I was authorized. I'd probably carry this instead. It's very nice. The trigger on this weapon, the trigger pull is about, I would say 5 pounds. I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't get that much information on this weapon. I bought this weapon used from a security supervisor here in the area I live in here in South Florida. Just wanted to upgrade his weapon, so he went ahead and sold it to me. So I don't have all the goodies that came with the gun. I just got the gun for I paid $300 for this weapon from him. It was used. It's in pretty good condition. $300, and I got about 3 boxes of ammo, so 150 rounds, and then I got a cleaning kit and a bag, one of these range bags, smaller bag. Pretty good deal. I paid $300 for it. If you look this weapon up on the market right now, you can find this weapon for about $440, brand new. I paid $300, not bad. You know, I like collecting weapons. Whenever I get a chance to get my hands on something that I don't have, I didn't never own a Springfield. This is the first Springfield that I've owned, so I'm pretty impressed with it. I went ahead and put this weapon mounted light on just because, you know, I had it laying around. I didn't have this light attached to any of my weapons, so I went ahead and put it on, and it's perfect. It fits the weapon. This weapon stays in the box. Personally, when I'm home, I have a quick safe that I'm going to show you guys towards the end of the video. It's a safe that basically sits on your counter. You can attach the safe to the counter if you don't want the safe to be moved, or it comes with a cord that you can attach to other fixed objects in your home. You can even put the box in the car if you want to keep the weapon secure. I don't recommend leaving a weapon in the vehicle when you're not in control and custody of that weapon. That's just been my rule. I don't want to leave anything like this. I wouldn't leave an iPad in the car if I'm taking the car, parking it overnight. Like I have my garage right here. I park my vehicles. It's an open garage. It's not locked. But even if it were locked, I wouldn't leave my iPad in the garage. So that if the car goes missing, now the iPad and all your information's gone. Same thing with a weapon. It's a deadly weapon. This is not a toy. We preach lawful self-defense, and we preach that people that are owning these weapons are reasonable people of good moral background and responsible people. You know, a lot of people forget they leave their car unlocked. You leave something like this in the car, somebody could just open the door, take it. Or if the car is stolen, now you have a weapon in the car and potentially could be used against you or somebody else. So I don't recommend leaving anything like this in the vehicle. This all comes in the house. I personally don't even carry a weapon off body in a bag or anything like that. I carry the weapon on me, on my person. That's just been my my rule. So this weapon stays in the box at the house, you know, and then like Trey 57 Production says in some of his video, in a bump in the night, you hear a bump in the night, your fingerprint goes on that box. You could either use a fingerprint, punch the code in, or you could use a key. If the battery happens to die or something, you have a key as well. So you have 3 ways to get into the box. But the weapon's out of sight. You know, nobody could grab the weapon. No children. If you have any children in the house or anyone that, you know, doesn't know the seriousness of being armed, you won't have any errors when it comes to this having this stored appropriately. So in a bump in the night, put your hand on that box, fingerprint, box pops open, and you're armed. You have your weapon. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a part 2 to this video. That way you guys can get a better look on a chart that I had my little assistant set up today for this video, just so you could get a little visual of what we were talking about this weapon, and then we'll show you guys the weapon box, the fingerprint box towards the end of the video. That way you could just get an idea of how we store this weapon overnight. All right, stand by. All right, guys, I have my little helper here. She drew up this diagram just so you can get a visual of what we just talked about as far as the weapon. So what did you do here? You just
So I just drew out the pistol and the magazine.
Very nice.
And I drew the bullet here.
That bullet, what bullet is that?
The 9mm.
Yeah, 9mm. All right. So you do a 9mm. Look at the picture. All right, and then you have the model. What is the model number over here? You wrote in orange here. Model.
The model is XD-9.
All right. And then you said that the weapon is what? Is a big gun or small gun? What is it? You wrote right here about it.
It's a pretty big gun. Pretty easy to hold. Weight is not too heavy.
All right. Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
I was having a bad hair day right here.
Yeah.
See the hair sticking up? She knows she's letting you guys know.
When he wakes up in the morning, his hair is all sticking up. He has to brush it out.
Yep. So she's telling you guys that's me with the crazy hair and holding the gun right there. And then so the magazine is really good. And then what is this in the bottom over here? You said it's a
9mm pistol. The bullet is 9mm, and the magazine.
All right. And do you remember how many bullets in the magazine? We said earlier. It's not 5 or 6 bullets.
No, it's like 14.
16.
16.
So you got 16 rounds in the magazine.
Bro.
All right, perfect. All right, so we got the diagram here. Do me a favor, just take this diagram away now and erase it, because I gotta show them one more thing. We're gonna show you guys. I left it out on part 1 of this video. Where we're gonna cut it. It's not gonna. You're not gonna feel like it's part 1 or part 2. But I left it out. This weapon has a safety. I didn't mention. The safety is a grip safety right here. So when you have again, the weapon is cleared for YouTube. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber, dry fire. So the weapon will not fire. This weapon will not work unless you have a full purchase on the weapon. Like we say, purchase on the weapon, full grip on this weapon. It's a grip safety right here. It's a little button. This weapon will not even slide back. It won't even go into any type of action unless you have a full grip on the weapon. So that's a grip safety. It makes this weapon a lot safer. It's not gonna fire, it's not gonna work unless you have a full grip on the weapon. And then another thing I was gonna mention to you guys, the material that this weapon is made of. This is polymer, the bottom part of the frame. It's polymer. We're gonna go ahead and put this slide back right here. And we have there's a metal associated with this weapon. I forgot the exact name of the metal. I'm gonna look it up right here while we have this out. This metal, it prevents the weapon from getting scuffed up too bad. You know, when you wear out your weapon after a while, you bump into stuff. The coating, it's a melanite. That's the word. Melanite coating, both inside and out of this weapon. So the top part, the slide right here, is a melanite. So it's hammer forged steel. So this is steel on the top, hammer forged steel. And then the finish is melanite. So you have a melanite finish. This weapon's black, obviously. You guys can see that. It's not stainless steel. And then the bottom part is polymer, like a Glock, like any other, Glock that you would find. So it keeps the weapon nice and pretty and, If you sweat, you know, if you're carrying this weapon over time, you're gonna notice that if you sweat, you have the weapon on your side, it's gonna wear the weapon out, you know, like this part of the chamber right here, because it's always, you know, being cycled through and under a lot of stress, that part of the weapon, so it's gonna wear out after a while. But you'll see the rest of the weapon maintains a nice finish. So that's what I left off the first part of this video. Now we're gonna end this part of the video. I'm gonna show you guys the box we keep it in. That way, you guys, if you decide to go buy a weapon and you want to keep it safe, you want to keep it in a location where you can have easy access, but have it safe to where no unauthorized access to this weapon. We're going to show you now in a quick clip, and then we'll wrap it up. Stand by. All right, guys, we have our Malakar is the brand of this gun safe. Basically, it's a stainless steel box right here. You have a nice diagram here. It shows you the battery life, temperature in the room, humidity, and the time. You have your access to this can be through code right here. You could set a, let me see, 6-digit code. You have your fingerprint right here, access. It won't go through if it doesn't recognize a fingerprint like that. And then you have a key right here. So in a bump in the night, like Trey57 says on his channel, bump in the night, you pop this open. You got a nice little LED light in here. That way when it's dark, you can see what's going on. And it's shut. You could mount this to the counter. If you have a counter that you want to mount it, it has 4 screws on the bottom, so you can mount it from the inside. So somebody comes in and tries to rip this off the counter, they can't get it. And then bump in the night, you have your firearm, you're ready to go. So that's what we wanted to show you guys towards the end of this video. And stay tuned for some more content. We're going to be posting some more videos. Like I said, every week we're going to try to post content related to weapon mounted lights, different stuff like that, safety equipment. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.